Hi, it's Miss Smith, and I am here to help you make the best choice for your Lit Circle books for your American Literature class. Your first option is Black Boy by Richard Wright. The author Jason Reynolds, who is our current Library of Congress Children's Literature Ambassador, he wrote All American Boys, Ghost, Long Way Down, which are all really popular books at the Washington High School Library, said he did not read a book until he was 17 years old. The first book he finished, it was Black Boy by Richard Wright. This is Wright's autobiography of what it was like to grow up in the very unforgiving Jim Crow South. Reynolds felt that Wright's classic was the first book that he could see himself and his own struggles represented. Therefore, if you haven't found a book that you've liked and you need one that you can't put down, this might be the book you should select. Black Boy by Richard Wright. The Color Purple by Alice Walker is a story of two sisters. One is adopted into a loving missionary family. The other, Celie, who is the main character in this story, survives horrific abuse at the hands of her father, and then is married to an equally abusive and angry man. And yet, despite all of her struggles, Celie finds a way to find hope and change her life for the better. This book won the Pulitzer Prize for Literature and has been a beloved story that's been turned into a movie and a musical. I highly recommend The Color Purple by Alice Walker. 12 Years a Slave by Solomon Northup is his own autobiography about his life, where he lived in New York as a free man in 1841, and he was tricked, kidnapped, and sold into slavery in Louisiana. And there he survived 12 years as a slave, 12 years of unspeakable torture. And yet he survived, got free again, and lived to write about the tale. A powerful story of someone who survived slavery is 12 Years a Slave by Solomon Northup. Probably my personal favorite book on the list is The Help by Kathryn Stockett. This is the story of three very different women who come together to change the world. First, you meet Skeeter, who's just graduated from college with an English degree, and her mother is not very happy that she didn't come home with a diamond ring. But Skeeter has no interest in getting married. She wants to be a writer. Abilene is a black maid who's raised over 17 different white children. But since the death of her own son, something in her has been broken. And Minnie is a sassy woman who is a talented cook, but whose mouth always ends up getting her in trouble. These three women are very different, but when they come together on a project that could get them in a lot of trouble, they can't stop themselves. They can't stop themselves from changing the world. I loved The Help by Kathryn Stockett. X by Ilyasah Shabazz, the daughter of Malcolm X, is a fictionalized account of Malcolm X when he was growing up in a world where he and his parents had a lot of dreams, but whose dreams ended up drying up very quickly. And when he got involved with some unsavory things, Suddenly, Malcolm X ended up in prison, and how that experience transformed him into the powerful leader that he became. Again, this would be a powerful look into what transformed this man into Malcolm X. X by Ilyasah Shabazz. The last book that you could read is The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. The bees came the summer of 1964, the summer I turned 14 and my life went spinning off into a whole new orbit. Looking back at it now, I want to say the bees were sent to me. I want to say they showed up like the angel Gabriel appearing to the Virgin Mary, setting events in motion I could have never guessed. I know it's presumptuous to compare my small life to hers, but I have reason to believe she wouldn't mind. Right now, it's enough to say that despite everything that happened this summer, I remain tender toward the bees. Lily Olson, 14 years old, is haunted by the death of her mother 10 years earlier. She lives with her abusive father, and her only solace is Rosaline, a strong, proud Black woman who helps take care of her. When Rosaline goes to vote and ends up in jail, Lily bravely breaks her free, and they set out on a journey to Tiburon, South Carolina, where they meet May, June, and August Boatwright, makers of Black Madonna honey, and these calendar sisters help Lily find peace with her past, and deal with her future. So, choose from one of these great books, and Miss Franson will tell you how to get a hold of them. Have a great day!